What's up, YouTube? This is Gillipig.
And I'm the Sky Spire.
And together combined, we are the TheMirrorSkeptics.
And welcome to our thoughts on Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, but before we get started, let's give a big old round of applause to Sky Spire for 50 subs.
Yay, thank you very much.
Yay.
I'm proud. I would like to thank the Academy.
Yay.
Is that what people do?
I think so.
Alright, more or less. Anyway, thank you to you 50/45 people. Thank you very much. And
Because I made 5 accounts. No,
yeah, no, you didn't. Thanks, guys. Anyway, but enough about me. We're here to talk about the new Nintendo Direct, and it's actually pretty dang cool.
Yeah, it is.
I looked at it in school, like, without volume, because I had time, so I didn't really get a good first impression of it, but I looked at it again. It's pretty impressive. Wouldn't be my favorite Nintendo Direct, but it is definitely impressive.
Definitely impressive. There's like 3 or 4 things that really caught my eyes.
Yeah, both of them, so that's the thing.
Yeah, both eyes.
And that's the stuff we're going to be talking about. But we're going to be starting off with a little bit of an awkward thing, okay? Now, guys, this is the thing. We're going to be talking about these in order of their release date, okay? And we're also saving probably the best for last, okay? Probably. We're saving the best game that we're most excited for last.
Definitely.
Yep. But anyway, probably, definitely, 100%.
100%.
Anyway, guys, let's start this off with an awkward decision that I feel is really weird. What do you think?
Yeah, it's... I don't really know why, because, I mean, it's not like old games to where you can just, like, get stuff on there and be like, yo, I can't play this on that system, so yo.
But
apparently... You
apparently...
can already play Wii games.
That was a subtle way of saying it. You can do downloadable Wii games. Alright, but yeah, there is downloadable Wii games, which is kind of awkward because there already is backwards compatibility for the Wii.
Yeah.
And
so there's really no point unless you're just too lazy to go out and get the game itself.
yeah. Right now, there's Super Mario Galaxy 2 present, and Killipig's doing a Let's Play on that, so...
Yeah.
He doesn't need no eShop for that. And I already have all 3 of the games that they've announced. There's Super Mario Galaxy 2, Punch-Out, and then I believe a week later, the Metroid Prime Trilogy.
I actually really want that.
Yeah.
You say how amazing it is.
It is really good, but hold on a second. The trilogy in one Wii game? Like, what? So basically, they have Metroid Prime 2, and Metroid Prime 3 all in one package on the eShop as a downloadable. That doesn't seem right.
I wonder how much it costs.
The normal thing is like $60, so...
Yeesh.
Yeah. The thing is about this Super Mario Galaxy 2, I looked in the eShop, it's only $9.99, so a lot cheaper.
I think it said they were going to be like half price for 1 week or something.
They were for the first week.
Which will be awesome, because I think I might get the Metroid Prime and Punch-Out.
You should, they're definitely both good.
I mean, I know Punch-Out's good, I've just been too lazy to buy it.
Yeah. And Metroid Prime Trilogy is definitely a good game, but there are going to be more games in the future, so that's something interesting. It's just, this is such an awkward decision.
Yeah. I don't really know the point, besides making it where you don't have to be like, yo, I need to go out and get this game. I'm just gonna be like, yo, download this game.
Yeah. But I feel like they're not going to do it for... Okay, shoot. Actually, now that I think about it, I was going to say they're not going to do it for, like, games like Xenoblade Chronicles, where, like, it's kind of known for its rarity. But, heck, they just put in the Metroid Prime Trilogy, so never mind. I take that back. I take that back. But, you know what? We'll see. We'll see. Besides, we'll get a lot into Xenoblade as we go through this. Just saying.
I hope they don't get Xenoblade on the Wii U.
They better not. Anyway, next up...
just a poor... Somebody pissed after I just bought a $90 new game of it.
Yeah, really. Anyway...
I am a collector, so I wanted it anyways.
Next up, we have DLC. Yeah, we're not starting off with the most core parts, but we have DLC.
I still haven't got any DLC for this game.
Yeah, and
although one of my people watching my videos asked me to get DLC, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to.
I have done the Twilight Princess DLC pack when it came out, so hopefully I'll be able to do this when it comes out too. But this is the Hyrule Warriors Majora's Mask pack in honor of Majora's Mask 3D.
Yeah.
And goddamn it, Tingle is terrifying.
He looks beautiful.
He is
He
his.
can kill people with his kiss.
Okay, it's awesome. Like his Kululimpa dance, yeah.
So,
Kululimpa, boom.
he's beautiful. I
It's
love him.
it's crazy. Um,
He's beautiful.
it just seems like he'll just be like that one really crazy random standout character. Like what the heck? But overall, it just seems so weird and so funny. He looks demonic though. His face
He
is. Oh
does.
my god.
He's beautiful.
The thing that's really getting me excited though is Young Link.
Yeah.
That
The
is
mask is so
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, he is the Fierce Deity's mask, and
Yeah.
for those of you non-Zelda fans out there, it's kind of like the most.
God.
Yeah, it's basically. It's
Pretty
like,
much.
oh my god. You know, you see it there. You see that destruction. So
Yeah.
this is his special attack, and also I guess might be his focus spirit attack. That he will literally just that he'll put the Fierce Deity's mask on because he needs to gather up enough energy to put his arm on his back and get his mask. Takes a lot of effort, I know, right?
Just notice, why was that not with Young Link when he was in? Why was that not a thing?
Oh, in Melee?
Yeah, why was that not a thing? That would be an awesome move to separate him from regular. Okay,
The
melee. What am I doing? But I just thought of that. Why was that not a thing?
thing is, the Fierce Deity's and you also have the Keaton mask on his back, but that's probably not going to be a thing. Maybe his dashing
Yeah,
animation, but you know.
yeah,
Other than that, it looks cool. You also have a new adventure mode map. It just looks like more added stuff. I don't know whether I like this more than the Twilight Princess pack because I love that. But you know what? It's Majora's Mask, and from how Bill Trinan described Majora's Mask, I'm guessing that might be his favorite Zelda game.
yeah.
Because he
It's
said, because verbatim, I think he said something like this: "It's good to have this as arguably one of the most memorable parts of the Zelda series," and he said arguably in such a weird way. But past that, Hyrule Warriors is actually a pretty dang good game, and with all of this added in there, it's all really good, nice.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, next up, we're gonna talk about Majora's Mask 3D, but you know what? That's taking it one step too far.
3DS new.
3DS new. This right
3DS new.
here is really crazy. Okay. So my main concern with the new 3DS was that it would count as like maybe a new console like out of the whole 3DS family, but thank God it's not. It is just another part of the 3DS family, but it seems like the biggest part of it is the thing.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about the 3DS and like the new 3DS and some of its big parts?
Well, it has a C stick, which is pretty much the GameCube C stick, just not a stick really. It's just a little button that you can like motion sense across. And then don't they have like an extra like ZLZR buttons and
Right, shoulder
stuff?
buttons, yeah.
Yep, and then there is they have the Amiibo, the NFC stand thing inside of the 3DS touchscreen.
Right.
And it actually has like face tracking 3D. So if you're one of those people that didn't like the 3D just because you didn't get to see the 3D if you accidentally moved your hand for some reason,
AKA
then
tons of
you
people.
can see it. Then you
Yeah.
can see it wherever you are.
Which is beautiful. Beautiful idea.
There's pretty much, and then like the small things like faster processing and like a bigger SD or bigger / smaller SD card.
Yeah,
a
really.
smaller SD card that holds more space.
The bigger micro SD.
Yeah.
The faster processing is really impressive, especially for Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, because
Yeah,
my god, it takes forever to load.
It does.
So
On
that's
the
gonna be
new
interesting.
DS, it takes like half a second.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Uh-huh.
The thing about the whole amiibo, that's kind of interesting, and they are going to have it work with Smash Bros. Eventually, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm still kind of skeptical on this. But that's that for the new 3DS. Now that we've taken that step, we can go one step further and now talk about the actual game, which actually isn't for the new 3DS. Oh, wait, no, yes it is. Yes it is.
Yes, it is.
My bad, I forgot.
You're using the camera stick for the new Majora's Mask 3D Zelda of Time game.
Beautiful. I still don't have high hopes.
I don't either.
None of us really. Yeah.
Probably because we already have the games on a different console to an extent, or we have the
Yeah,
potential to like. We don't want it on the fucking 3DS. We want it on the OG stuff. That's the fun stuff. Is the OG, and really, why just buy a game that looks like it adds nothing new?
the thing is, it really doesn't. It shows a meter for the time, but you know what? It had that already. It's just refined. The main thing that seems new that they really all stretched upon is the freaking camera stick. It's like, you know what? You can just press L to center it behind your back and you're done.
Oh my god!
So, it adds so little. It's not even worth. It doesn't add so much so that it's worth of becoming a remake. It seems like it's not even. If by now, if there was any really big selling points, they would have mentioned them. But there's nothing, anything gigantic.
Yeah. But what's funny is that we're more excited about the thing that's not even the game with Majora's Mask. We're more excited about the 3DS that's actually coming out as a Majora's Mask special,
Isn't that
more than the
crazy?
game itself.
Yeah, it looks freaking awesome. Look at
I want
that.
it.
It's
It looks
golden
beautiful.
with the 5 masks that are like the most important masks in the game. That's just phenomenal. So, really, just overall, beautiful. We want that. We need that more than the freaking game.
Yeah, I want it more than the game.
Also, I think it's like if you pre-order Codename Steam, then you'll also get like a
Yes,
Majora's
you
Mask
will
pin.
get.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool.
Really want Codename
No,
Steam.
I don't care about Codename Steam, being honest.
Me neither.
It does come from the makers of a really good game, but you know.
Fire Emblem.
Yep. Anyway,
But was it sad that I just realized why Fire Emblem characters can be used in that?
right.
I'm stupid. I kind of just, I was like, whenever I was watching, I was like, why Fire Emblem? And I was like, oh yeah, they're made by Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to Majora's Mask, really, we're not interested in it at all. If they add in like some big new mechanic that like really changed the game around, then we probably would have been more interested in it. But really,
Yeah. So put on your calendars February 13th for Majora's Mask 3DS to get the new 3DS for it. Because that's what you really want.
yeah, pretty much. Looks beautiful, man. All right, now let's talk about Killer Pig's favorite game ever.
Oh god. Movie is the Rainbow King.
Oh boy. 1 week later, after Majora's Mask 3D, this game is coming out. I like it a little
Kill
bit.
the fire.
I like it a little bit more, but nah, it's still a.
Fire.
Dang, you really hate it.
I want Kirby back. I don't want no little clay ball turning into a
He was
tank
back for
car.
2 games.
No,
Come on.
it's not enough. He needs to stay back forever and ever and ever.
Alright then.
Or make something that's good and not clay. Like, why are you turning into clay and you go and it goes on clay? And why?
The thing is, it does have collectibles like always, which is really nice, and it does have a plot, but it seems so the plot you really can't complain. Kirby plots are always ball-tastically simple. And one thing that I will can see that's really cool is the amiibo perks.
That's still what I care about. You
The
can get a dignity hat and a metal mask.
yeah, metal mask, fantastic.
Metal mask, a metal face mask.
Metal. Oh my god, that'd be.
Why not?
The thing is, like Kirby, I think it's he can use the Star Dash whenever he wants. Meta Knight, he can his dash is faster, and DDD has 6 health points instead of 4.
Yeah.
Canvas Curse is by far not our favorite Kirby game.
Let's go on.
Rainbow Curse is. All right, next up, you know what? You talk about this more because this is more your forte. I'm just gonna say.
Well, if you don't know what we're talking about a Pokemon Trozy-like game, a new game called Pokemon Shuffle. Sounds like it's already a game for some reason. Oh wait, like I just said, Pokemon Trozy, just a little bit different. Looks a lot the same, but it's a different concept, kind of. Still a puzzle game.
And it does have many. It seems so similar to Choza, like in many ways, matching up Pokemon heads, fighting. It seems very similar, but almost kind of more fun. It seems more fun than Choza.
Well, yeah, definitely. Before it was kind of boring. Now they actually add a lot more aspects to it, even though it's still just kind of a simple puzzle game.
Yeah, and one thing that can really keep you on your toes is the move limit. Um, this seems
Candy
like
Crush, no.
it seems like they can be like a more complex version of Candy Crush, though, with the whole Mega Evolution and what is it? Giving your guys items? Is that what it is?
Oh no.
It's something like that. But yeah, either way, I mean, it's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. And that's also the only Pokemon news we've gotten through this whole direct. Kind of, it feels kind of weird.
We just got a Pokemon game, so I was happy with it.
Yeah. Alright, well, next up, on March 5th, we're going to be getting Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, because apparently you tip people. And you tip
We can
them.
talk about this. I really
Alright.
don't
Well,
care about franchise.
alright, well, basically what this is, well, another Mario vs. Donkey Kong, except it seems so based on custom levels. It seems, this is the thing. Mario vs. Donkey Kong was mainly just about the story. Well, not really. Okay, it's hardly about the story. It's about the gameplay of it, and it's about just going through levels like a puzzle kind of game, making your way through. But the thing is, the game itself now, it seems like it's heavily focused on making your own stages. It doesn't talk about the Nintendo Direct. It doesn't talk about the actual game itself at all. At all. Like at all.
At all.
It literally just talks about you can
So
make
it's
your own
just
custom
like, oh
stages.
yeah, there's another Mario versus Donkey Kong game. Oh yeah, don't forget you can make custom levels.
Don't forget! Don't forget!
Wait,
Don't
forget
forget!
send these custom levels to friends. Oh yeah, but oh yeah, you can also make more custom levels with different things.
It's
Like
ridiculous. They don't talk about the main game at all.
yeah.
There better be one. In fact, okay. There is one. There is one. They did say they can get stars from the thing, but really, they didn't talk about it at all. They could have said the plot, a simple plot. Oh well. The thing that does look really cool is that you can send your custom levels between the 3DS and Wii U version,
Yeah.
and that seems like it can be fun. And is it free? I could have sworn I heard something about it being free. Maybe it might be something else, but
Yeah, no.
Either
I doubt it.
way, you can
I know the
tell.
Pokemon Shuffle game was free.
Yeah. Either way, you can tell that Nintendo is really going into the puzzle area with Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Pokemon Shuffle, Mario vs. DK, um,
The
uh,
game we're not really going to go into depth on. What was it called?
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
I was going to say the dragon thing.
Oh, Puzzles and
Puzzles and
Dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah.
And then they had a Mario version, which I think I might actually get because I kind of like the Mario version of it.
Now, while we don't have any more strictly puzzle games left anymore, so don't worry, it just seems you can tell with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Pokemon Shuffle, Mario vs. DK, they're giving us so many puzzle games.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy. But don't worry, because we're going to be getting into some really fun stuff now with our last couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So starting out, on March 20th, we're going to be getting yet another. Because there weren't enough of these, and there never will
Puzzle
be.
game.
No.
Oh, you know, on tables. You know, also I'll be on tables board game.
Oh,
Get
God.
into them double digits.
No, it's crazy.
Hold
People
that
thought it would
game.
end after 8, but nope. Nope, we're still going after 8. We have 10 now, double digits.
Cars.
Big 1-0. Okay, I made that reference again. God damn it. That's the second.
Cars.
That's the second time we talked about Mario Party 10 that I made a Madagascar reference. Well, anyway, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Bowser.
That is why I'm okay with it. Bowser
Cars.
Party seems so fun. The one person who's playing as Bowser can have so much fun just wrecking everybody
Cars.
else's day because they can literally just be just crying in fear, running away while Bowser's like, "Hey, I'm gonna freaking play a Bowser minigame with you and
Bowser.
steal everything you have." The Super Mario set of amiibo.
Yeah, I don't really like them.
Talk about them because you talked about them to me earlier.
They were boring. Like they looked a lot less. They didn't look as well done as the Super Smash Bros. Ones. They just looked kind of tacky to me. I mean, they looked a lot more joyful, I guess. Like Mario was like, "Hey, come into my playhouse," and Yoshi was like, "I'm gonna put on my overalls," and Luigi was like, "Yo," and they were all just so happy. But in Smash Bros, they look like they're gonna kick some booty. Mario with this fireball out, like, "Yo, I'm gonna kick a booty," and
Well, I
then
think that's
Yoshi,
the point.
I know. But I just don't like just the design on it. Like it feels just not as well done made.
What I don't get is why they don't just keep it the same and just let you use the Smash Bros. Like, why don't they just have one amiibo, like one Mario amiibo, one Luigi? What's the point of having
Yeah,
multiple if you can use the Smash Bros. One for the Mario Party one and vice versa?
I know.
That's
But
like
it's maybe just for different
pointless.
designs.
It
I don't
seems
know.
ridiculous. And the stupider thing is the freaking deleting save data.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
The good thing is, me and Killipig, we use them more for figurines than anything else. Well, he's going to eventually, right? You're gonna get an amiibo. You're gonna get an amiibo.
I'm gonna get my Will Woshi sometime too.
I just use them for. I just use them for figurines. You don't really use them for like freaking training up all the time.
Yeah.
But really, you have to delete your save data. Oh well. And it did also. There's no Wario, or Donkey Kong or Rosalina amiibo.
I'm guessing
Sorry,
though.
yeah, sorry for the Mario set. It said that it would be compatible with them, but it didn't actually show the Rosalina, Wario, and Donkey Kong one. It showed the
Oh,
Super Smash Bros. Version.
so I'm guessing that they're gonna have a Rosalina in this game.
Yeah, as a playable character, and maybe Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
which would be awesome because those two are awesome, and Rosalina's appearing in a ton of games now.
Maybe Donkey Kong is another Bowser.
Well, he's a playable character, isn't he?
Well, I mean, you just said there's amiibo for him. They had an amiibo for Bowser too.
Oh, oh, that's true.
Maybe Donkey Kong's gonna be another Bowser.
Oh, that's true, because these amiibo are not actually used as playable. They're used in the new mode Amiibo Party. Right. Yeah. They are just basically just characters that you move around this board, and it seems very simple. It seems very similar to the original Mario Party. It's basically... Do you know how Amiibo Party works?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it seems very simple. Go around the board, beat people up, get the star at the end. But it seems very simple. But the thing is that those are just characters. There's no, like, other threats outside of the game, so it makes sense for you to play as Bowser. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
And also, like we said before in our E3 2014 video, this seems to be the game where Bowser's the biggest, like, threat, like, ever in any Mario Party game.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
In any game.
It, yeah, because he's always there. Like, there's hasn't been many other games. Well, Bowser's Inside Story, you're literally inside of him, but
Ew.
he's not really a threat. That's the thing. It's awesome. I'd say 7. I'd say 7 is probably the one where he's the most threat, but this is crazy. Mario Party 10, we're probably going to be looking forward to this. And also, there's a bunch of awesome new minigames.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Game better be expensive, just because I don't want. Actually, no, I don't really care. But I'm not getting it. I just spent $90 on this game for the Wii, so I don't even care.
I'm gonna
I got it on the Wii.
I'm gonna stress this one more time. Xenoblade one more time. I'm gonna do it over and over again. Xenoblade Chronicles, favorite game of all time. And how's it going for you in your favorite games list?
Great man. I rate 8 out of 8.
8 out of 8. Great man, I rated out of 8. Great.
Out of 8.
So it's
Great man. I rate 8 out of 8.
it's that's the thing. We love Xenoblade Chronicles, and the funny thing is Shulk in Super Smash Bros is like even more important than that, which is
No, it's Shulk time.
nope. The thing is, it doesn't. Okay, the graphics, which is the main glaring thing, they seem inferior, but barely.
Yeah.
Which is
Still inferior.
yeah.
It seems a little like not. It seems to me a little like blurry, like pixelated almost.
Yeah, kind of. And it does make sense. I mean, you're comparing the Wii to the new 3DS, but
Wow, that's amazing.
but barely. That's the surprising thing. It barely looks different. That I would have expected it to be like heavily downgraded port, but no. In fact, it's actually kind of upgraded because 2 screens, meaning you can look at the map on the bottom. And also took some inspiration from my favorite 3DS game, Kid Icarus Uprising. Don't worry, we'll get to your favorites in a bit.
Why does this have to happen? This happens in every single video.
It does happen in every single video. Kid Icarus Uprising.
Some kind of analogy for something being like Kid Icarus Uprising for every video.
Hey, it's because every single good game takes inspiration from Kid Icarus Uprising because that's an amazing game, okay? They took inspiration from Kid Icarus Uprising by having a 3D models of a bunch of different characters. Kid Icarus Uprising had a 3D model of every single character and enemy and weapon and literally everything in the game, like every area. So this game has something looking like that. They showed Ricky, Metalface, and a person who you don't know yet, so I'm
Dude,
not gonna
just
say it.
say it. I'm taking my headphones off. You can say it. I don't know who it is.
Alright, Face
Say
Nemesis.
it already, so I'll put my headphones back on.
But the thing is, just it looks pretty cool, and it looks like a bonus mode. That's what he said, like a bonus mode. But yeah,
Yes, he said
yeah. But
it.
other and also the icons on the top screen, like of your arts, are bigger. Like they literally take up the entirety of the bottom of the top screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so makes sense. But while they might not have improved too much, it's still really cool looking.
Yeah.
And we both love Xenoblade Chronicles, so we can't diss this game, you know?
So, pew pew,
Guns.
paint.
Splatoon. Oh my
Let's see
gosh.
octopus.
Alright. We are talking about an FPS in a Nintendo E3 Direct. I said E3. In a Nintendo
Wait,
Direct.
is it an FPS? Is it or is it a second person?
It's a TF. It's a
Well, is it first person?
TPS. It's a TPS, a third person.
Third person, not second person. Why is this the second
Yes,
person?
what is second? You literally have like that second person off to the side
Like,
looking at you.
that guy over there, he be shooting.
Oh my god. Splatoon, we talked about this before. Let's just say we're probably more interested in this game than your usual FPS.
Yeah, the only other one, my favorite FPS is probably TF2
Same.
because there hasn't really been like any good ones that are interesting.
But this is probably my favorite, like, color.
And yes, people, if you're new to the channel, we don't like Call of Duty
Yeah, so, yeah.
or anything of the sorts.
But if it comes to kid-friendly rainbow-colored FPS, then don't go to TF2. Go to Splatoon.
I mean, it looks interesting, obviously. So, to me, the characters aren't that cool looking, or obviously they're not going to be cool looking, but I don't even really like them that much. They don't seem that interesting. They just look too squiddy, and it doesn't seem like you can edit them that much. But besides that, the game itself seems pretty cool. You can, you have to actually paint your paint area to get it, and while at the same time trying to watch your back while people try to kill you. So it's kind of cool.
It's true about what you said about the characters. It's completely true, and they're kind of awkward. But the gameplay, like, it seems like this game, like, you can go into your own paint, and so like you can paint on a wall and then go up that.
It's definitely interesting.
It is, and in the single player campaign, which they did show off, apparently you do have some new modes, and apparently you can change your clothing to give yourselves perks. Awkward? I don't know. It feels kind of weird, but either way, whatever. There's also apparently a bunch of kinds of weapons. There's main weapons, you have sub weapons, you have special, bunch of crazy stuff that can really change a game.
Yeah, I like how they showed that now and how they showed all the different shops and stuff.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it does seem a lot less empty from when we first saw it, you know?
Yeah, before all we saw was you could be squid people and you shot other people at the ground
Squids versus
hey,
octopus.
that's pretty much all we knew.
Now, all we need is online capability.
Yeah, which I'm guessing we're gonna have.
Hopefully. Anyway, now we have just a few more games to talk about, and we're starting off with this. Oh my god. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, would you freaking look at this? Oh, too beautiful.
Too beautiful.
This right here does not look anything like the original, yet it's cool. It is none other than Xenoblade Chronicles Z. Z. The plot twist.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, Q, R, T, U,
I forget the letters after this. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Coming out in 2015 sometime. It looks really freaking cool. Incredibly different from Xenoblade Chronicles, but that's both in a good way and a bad way.
Huge, man.
It's gigantic,
It's like out of this world, literally.
literally, because you land on this uncharted planet named Mira, I believe,
Yeah.
and it is home to a lot of.
Ooh, that's the name of the character in the anime I like. Sorry.
Oh, nice. But there's one thing. Now, you've probably seen this one monster a couple of times. This blue kind of floating fish monster with like a
Ooh.
cauldron of like a stomach. There's this one enemy that keeps on popping up, and it seems like it pops up over and over again. And it seems like every single enemy in this game is colored like the exact same color palette. Literally everybody is like light blue or dark blue. Like everybody is like a blue or like brown color. And if you look at New Los Angeles, that's the same. And yeah, it all looks just really same color palette when it comes to like the machinery and that kind of stuff. Don't
Uh-huh.
Also, you know New Los Angeles, right? Like that it looks like a crater like in the middle of the earth like Sutopolis City. You know how like when they crash landed, they came in like this gigantic blue shuttle kind of thing, like this gigantic blue sphere, right?
Yeah.
Is that New Los Angeles? Because it's shaped like that. It's just about as big as that. It crash landed.
I don't know. Don't
Doesn't
ask
it?
me.
Doesn't it look like it? It kind of looks like that. Either way, there's also look at the monsters. They are so much bigger than in Xenoblade Chronicles. There's big monsters, but not on a scale like this. Like this is insane. And that begs the question. There's this one monster who is literally like the size of like maybe like a quarter of the Bionis. Like he is gigantic.
Yeah.
And he's like this gigantic elephant thing, and that's begging the question.
Moo.
One, how the hell do you fight it? Maybe can
You
we not
stab it.
at its feet? Like literally, you beat every big thing by just stabbing its feet.
Uh-huh.
So if it like brings in like some new way of like attacking other parts besides its freaking toes to kill it, like I
It could be
chopped
like
off your
that's what
toe, you're
like
dead.
they could bring like Shadow of the Colossus elements into it.
Maybe
Like
like
you
it.
could
What I
climb
would
them.
freaking love is if like, and this really probably won't happen, but imagine if it was like, okay, so you're fighting an enemy at the bottom. After you like drain the health of like their toes, then there's like a little like 5 second cutscene where you go up onto his back and then you have to destroy the back
Yeah,
and then
that's
like
what I was thinking.
yeah, that would be cool. But the thing is,
Yeah.
it's just massively big. It could open up that possibility.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's very organic, but it also seems like machine at the same time.
no, definitely, yeah, the entire world.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really just looks like a really cool mixture, and the game itself, like visually, looks beautiful. But
Yet, on while we're talking so highly on it, at least I don't know if you feel the same way as me, but I'm not overly excited about it
all
so
right,
far.
so why would you say that?
I don't know. There's just it seems a lot more. I don't know. So far, they're not showing any of the characters as so we don't even know any. All we really know so far is that to me it just seems really futuristic and it doesn't seem the same.
That was my first impression of the game. I'll completely agree with you. This was my perspective. I looked at that space scene, like where they're
Yeah.
in space, they're fighting aliens, and it's like, what the heck? This is not Xenoblade Chronicles. This You could fool me if you said that this was like any other freaking not Half Life, Mass Effect. I don't know. You could fool me if you said that
Mass
that was
Effect.
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And it literally, even on the ground, it doesn't look like Xenoblade
It
Chronicles.
really doesn't. It seems so different.
As a game, it's good, but as a supposed successor to Xenoblade Chronicles,
Yeah.
it doesn't look anything like it.
Yeah. Which begs the question: is it gonna be how is changing a game that is some of our favorite games of all time? Is that a good idea?
It is, yeah. It
Is
really
it?
does. Just it is.
It is a
It is.
good idea.
It's a fact, not an opinion, a fact. No,
Like what you're trying to say was it does beg the question. That is.
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just okay. I say this over and over again. Just like the space scene just doesn't look anything like it, and
Because
the,
you really don't see a lot, like, but except for maybe the reconnaissance in general, you don't really see anything of that sort in Xenoblade.
right, and the whole thing about exploring. Okay, Xenoblade Chronicles is all about like exploring yourselves and exploring your world. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're quote
This
unquote
seems like
conducting research on another planet,
it seems all about exploring the world.
yeah. So as you can tell, our main problem is that it doesn't really link up to
I hope they do, but I feel like they're not going to go in depth into the characters as much as we would like it to.
right. And we've really connected to the characters in Xenoblade Chronicles. We'll just say that. But and having to like start off on a fresh new start is painful. We might get used to it. Hopefully, they can give us a new characters with connections that we can really connect to. You know.
But now it's Ryan time.
It's always Ryan time. Hopefully, there's gonna be a
It's
character
always
as funny
Ryan.
as Ryan, and there is a Nopon with glasses, so hopefully that'll be on more or less on the same level as Riki.
But Ryan time.
And with that,
You
we've
can't
talked.
replace Ryan.
We're replacing Ryan. So too bad. Go out the doors, walk back. Here's your money. Bye, Ryan. I shouldn't have said that. He's crying. No, I'm kidding. In all reality, we have mixed hopes.
Yeah.
hmm But anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about the one of the only games in this direct which doesn't have a day or even a month or not even a year of release dates. And this is the game that both of us are looking forward to the most, would you say?
Yes, I would. No doubt about it.
Yeah. And you know what? You're more of a fan than I am, so go.
Let me just say this. Oh my god! Oh my god, this game's beautiful. This game's beautiful.
I believe.
I believe this game's gonna be amazing because it's freaking Fire Emblem. It's freaking Fire Emblem. Oh my gosh.
First of all, just watch
Don't
Killipix's
know.
reaction.
Fire Emblem Awakening is my favorite 3DS game of all time. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It showed me the world, and I didn't even have to pay for it.
That's a very good
Actually, I
statistic.
did.
Wait, what the? I was gonna say you have some explaining to do.
But pretty much, oh my gosh, they took like the same fighting bait, like they took the same fighting
The exact same fighting
mechanics.
mechanics, but it just
Yeah,
looks all refined.
yeah, it just made it look better.
I think our main selling point that really sold both of us is that little camera animation.
Oh yeah, the fact that it wasn't just like a black screen then teleportation to the battle. It was really like went from the 2D to like went closer to the 3D of the people.
That was one thing that really took me out of the experience. That whole thing, like how, like, okay, so these two people are right next to each other. Now let them just teleport away to a battlefield and slice themselves 2 times and then go back to the map. Well, I really just degraded it by saying that. I'm sorry, but this looks awesome.
Yeah, this is just beautiful.
Yeah. Um, and not only that, the freaking presentation's good, but not only that, but there is something interesting about the story. You want me to talk about this?
Yeah.
Alright, so the thing is, the gameplay and most of the other mechanics, or most of the other aspects of this game are being done by the same people, but the story is, and it's kind of odd, but this is really making me interested about the game, is that the story is actually being done by a really well-known comic writer in Japan. It's being done by a comic writer who's making the story for Fire Emblem Awakening. Awakening. I'm sorry.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, new Fire Emblem. It just seems crazy, and that's making me really excited for the story. Speaking of the story, you can change it a lot.
Yeah.
There is one point where they said that you can actually kind of make choices that can actually kind of alter the game in more than you might think, you know?
Ooh, The Walking Dead. So pretty much, we see some new characters. We see this blue girl, or blue-haired girl, I should
Blue
say,
girl,
dancing around, being like, "Yo,
and she can be like a really big plot device.
yeah." And she looks pretty cool. She reminds me a little bit of Lana from Hyrule Warriors,
She
just a
reminds me a
tiny bit.
lot of Lana, and the thing is, I don't know why, but I love her already. Cause
She's
I
cool.
just imagine her being such a big plot device.
She looks pretty cool. And then we see like a little fight scene between two characters at the end.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Um, and that right there, I mean, they're obviously not normal people.
If these all the cutscenes look like this, I'm going to cry because it looks beautiful.
It does.
I love the cutscenes that they showed in this trailer.
They,
Obviously, not what they had at first because the stick, like when it was introduced to the game, but whenever they show the stuff like the fight scene and stuff, I'd be very happy with that.
I would, and oh my god, it looks beautiful. Um,
Yes, it does.
and one other thing. Okay, now this is going to be the one negative thing I say about this game.
Oh no.
Besides the camera moving in and the new cutscenes, the gameplay looks exactly the same. Like,
That's why I love it. The gameplay's amazing
no,
this
the gameplay
time.
is amazing. By all means, I love the gameplay, but it's like no, like
Yeah,
exactly the
yeah.
same.
It's all about based off how they're gonna do the story.
All right, I'm okay with that. I'm actually more story driven than gameplay driven, so I'm okay with that.
Same here. But the gameplay to me is already almost perfect because I love the strategy behind the game.
No,
And the
yeah,
strat like everything about that strategy of the gameplay just is perfect for me. So I don't want them but the story is what they need to keep fresh.
right. And also, I want to give a little quick shout out here to one of the biggest Fire Emblem fans I know, Susum. Guys, I know you guys are excited for this. Guys,
Yeah,
trust me.
probably the biggest Fire Emblem fans.
Yeah, if you are asking for a resident, I was about to say Resident Evil. If you're asking for your resident Fire Emblem expert, go talk to Susum because they're hardcore Fire Emblem fans, and
Yeah,
they're probably going to love this game. Let's just say that.
probably. They love everything Fire Emblem.
Yeah, so Susum's gonna like this. But anyway, there's one last thing I want to talk about, and it's about that leak. You want me to talk about this?
Yeah, you can talk about because I never actually saw it.
All right. So, I talked about this in my personal video, but here's the thing. Basically, there was this leak of stuff that would be in the Nintendo Direct, and it's fake. Like, it's completely fake. Like, it
Yeah.
even looks kind of weird because it's literally just a blank paper with like the words Nintendo at the top. Like, it does not look official at all. But and also one thing that was making me really excited, which is my most wanted game for the Wii U, Okami. It's not in this Nintendo Direct. And besides, I was hoping it would be
It's
for the
never
Wii
even
U, but
happened.
but it was actually under the list of 3DS games. So I was like, so when I realized that, I was like, oh, it was gonna be for 3DS. But one thing that was on that list was under the list of Wii U games, Fire Emblem Grima's Vengeance. Yeah, it's probably
Grima's not coming back.
Grima's
The only
done.
reason I'd really accept it is if they had an old Crom with like gray hair, kind of not limp, but like just a muscular old guy with like gray hair and just legit coming back because Crom is a monster.
So basically, every old man
I
in
love
anime.
Cruffle. I love Crom. I love Crom. I love Crom. I would accept that happening if Crom came back.
Anything else you want in like the new Fire Emblem for 3DS?
Crom.
Besides that,
Crom.
I just said anything else.
Crom! That's all I want is Crom. Crom is awesome. You don't need anything
I
besides Crom.
okay. Being completely honest, I might maybe want like maybe one extra. I play the game on casual mode, and I personally think the game is also kind of hard. So I'm obviously not good at the game. Like by far, I'm terrible at Awakening, and I haven't even got beaten the game, which I'm ashamed of myself for.
What?
I'm sorry. I get distracted. I need to play the game. I keep on telling myself to not get distracted, but I keep on getting distracted. I never beat Fire Emblem Awakening.
It's fun. I beat it almost 3 times now.
What the crap?
It's...
Well, I basically
Well, I mean, I had my original one, and then I had my male marrying Lucina and then my female marrying
Okay.
Crawl.
Well,
It
basically
makes
the thing
everything
is,
so much more
I
interesting.
I just never beat it, and I feel like the game was really challenging for me. So for those people who can't even beat the freaking easiest difficulty, can you add like maybe one extra kind of attribute that you could add to your characters to
Pretty
make them
sad.
like even more powerful, like freaking extra stat? I don't know, something to make me feel more
I think
in.
he did better at the strategy of the game. Because
Eh.
I could beat it on hard.
Okay then. But you
It's
know
okay.
what? That's that. That's Fire Emblem. That's the thing. What do you think of this Nintendo Direct? Well, I think it's okay.
It's pretty good.
It's
There's
okay.
about 3 or 4 things I really like.
That's the thing. The freaking they impress us with more things. It was literally just puzzle games or things that we
Yeah.
already know
Yeah.
or things that
Fire
we don't
Emblem.
care about, like freaking downloadable Wii games and like and Majora's Mask 3D where they add like the freaking camera stick that we've been waiting for 4 goddamn months. Oh wait, no, we were never waiting for that. I don't know.
Yep.
But I do really love the new Fire Emblem. Can't wait for that. Alright, guys, so that was our thoughts on the newest Nintendo Direct. So, what did you think?
Yeah, tell us in the comment section. And if you like this video, then like it. If you want to see some more of this, then subscribe.
If you
And
want
if you're
more
just
of
awesome,
Nintendo and thoughts. Alright, guys, well, that's it. So, see you guys next time.